there's a school shooting incident where a 6-year-old who actually ended up taking a gun to school and unfortunately ended up shooting his teacher. You should find out quick, not like a video game. How did he get a hold of the gun?
How difficult is it to load that thing? Is it something that a 6-year-old could do? So the reports are saying that this kid shot his teacher with intent. Do you think that a child that age can understand what they're really doing and intentionally do something like that?
I know there's safety precautions. I know what I'm going to do, where I'm going to put it, how I'm going to keep it safe.
Let's jump into the news. Or the muse.
The muse.
The muse. Yes, yes.
Yes. I'm going to go with, I'll start out this one and we'll get the tragic news out of the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right. What you got for us?
I'm gonna let some folks down today. If you heard or not, there's a school shooting incident where a 6-year-old who actually ended up taking a gun to school and unfortunately ended up shooting his teacher. She's still alive, but pretty bad condition right now at the moment.
Right.
But thankfully she's still alive at least.
Yeah.
And of course, on all these questions are being brought up now with the news and investigators. And the one question that keeps popping up that even I want to know is, how did he have access to this?
Right. Yeah.
Would steal one? Did dad own when he got it, or a friend, or like how do you do it?
Right.
Because I always see these kids that shouldn't own a gun somehow are able to get one.
Yeah. It's messed up. It's tragic. It's just fucked up in every level, dude.
Yeah. So it doesn't make sense to me.
It happened in Northport, Virginia, January 6th. And apparently from what I was reading as well, I actually just read it right before we got on. Just like you said, the kid took the gun in his backpack, and then the teacher was like going through what they're going to do for the day. And the kid just took out the gun, pointed it at her, and shot her. It went through her hand and hit her in the chest.
Dang.
Somehow, though, the teacher was able to get all the other students out of the classroom, and then she got herself out. Yeah, that's a champ right there, dude. That's a fucking champ.
Dang, I don't even know. I'm guessing he didn't fire again, I'm sure.
No.
He would have fired again.
One time, yeah.
Being that old, you shoot it one time and you actually hit somebody, he must have been in shock or something, because if you wanted to, you could have shot anybody again.
Yeah.
Could have shot a teacher again. You should find out quick, not like a video game.
Yeah.
It takes balls to actually shoot somebody. I have a lot of questions. And for the main question again, like I said earlier, how did he get a hold of the gun? And I don't even know if it's been answered yet.
It was actually reported today, as from what I was able to see. The gun was bought by the mother, so it was legally bought. It was registered. So the kid did get it from home. And where did she have it? It had to be easy access for the kid. And he's a 6-year-old. Yeah. He can't reach all that high. So obviously the gun had to be nearby, somewhere low enough for him to grab it and find it.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think that's completely falls on her. Completely falls on her.
Oh, yeah.
Both parents, actually, not just the mom.
And from the sound of it, it was just locked and loaded, pretty much.
Yeah, it had to be. What 6-year-old knows how to load a gun? You own a gun, CK, right?
No, not currently, but I wanna get one.
Okay, but you.
Well, I used to have one a while back.
And
this was several years ago. I used to have one. Don't have any more. Regret getting rid of it. But now I'm looking to buy another one. But man, it's just like expensive. And I'm not looking for a freaking like an assault rifle. Just a simple 9mm.
Okay.
That's something to protect her in the house.
Okay. A 9mm is actually one of the most common handguns here in the States. And so how difficult is it to load that thing? Is it something that a 6-year-old could do, in your opinion?
Probably.
Really? Oh, shit.
And because I have a 7-year-old, and he had played like toy guns that you can load and stuff like that, and he knows how to load them. So, yeah, a 6-year-old could catch on how to do it.
Oh, shit, dude.
Especially with the games they have for kids to play, like freaking like Fortnite and all the other games they require, shooting and stuff. Yeah, they can learn easily how to do it.
Man.
unfortunately.
Fuck, dude.
Now, what I don't know is I don't know what kind of gun it was. So I don't know if you can just load the magazine in, or do you have to actually cock it back? Because that's hard to do. That's not like a simple boom. It actually takes a little bit of force to actually
Right.
pull it back.
You said cock.
What? Yeah, yeah. It's just a.
Okay, carry on, sir.
Basically, I don't know. There you go.
Okay, you don't know. You don't know. Don't know for
I
well.
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's possible for a 6-year-old to do that, but I would like one. And I know there's safety precautions. I know what I'm going to do, where I'm going to put it, how I'm going to keep it safe. And I'm actually going to have. Speaking of safe, I'm going to actually have an actual safe for it. And
Okay.
it's going to be
All
one
right.
of those where you had a code because don't ask me how, but sometimes my oldest,
Mm-hmm.
he's somehow able to figure out passwords around here. I don't know. I don't know how he does. I don't know if he sneaks by and catches when I do it or what, but he catches onto them somehow. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one of those that fingerprint one, so only my print can open it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
That's
I think
definitely
that's safer and I think safer and faster. From what I've read. So you're not sitting there putting a code. You just put your finger and boom, it pops it open
gotcha.
in seconds.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Would you still keep it like up, high up, like in a closet, for example, or
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I would still keep it high up. Yeah,
even after the precaution of the fingerprint safe?
I would still do. Yeah,
Okay.
you can never have too much security on that, and it's not a big inconvenience for me because I can reach it without having to worry about it.
Right.
But the kid, they can't. They have to like get chairs and crap like that to reach it or something.
I guess the reason I'm asking so much about it is because the purpose that you want to have a gun in the house is to protect your family in case of an emergency. If the safe is up high in a closet, doesn't that add time to you preparing for such a situation? You have to get up, you're going to run to the closet, get it from the top, open it, opposed to if you had it under the bed, for example, just pop it out, boom, open.
Not necessarily. Cause hey, say I'm in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
and for right now, let's say I'm having the closet. In the closet up
Okay.
high. I'm in the
Yep.
living room. Someone's trying to break in or whatever. I still have to run upstairs, go into the closet, and reach for it and grab it. That takes time. But if I'm downstairs also, and someone tries to break in, I still have to come upstairs, dig under the bed for it, pull it out, and start to open it.
Okay.
The only difference is I'm not reaching for it. That's the only difference. But it was
Mm-hmm.
pretty much the same amount of time, the same movements.
Okay.
So I wouldn't make too much of a difference whether it's high or low, because either way I can still reach it.
I personally don't own any guns. I'm not against it, but I don't own one currently. And when my brother lived here, the Marine, when he lived here, he had multiple guns. And the only thing I asked of him was to keep it in his room, keep it all in his room, put kids' safety, what do you call it, knob things, so that my
Oh,
kids
okay.
cannot open the door to his room. And he kept everything secured. He kept it in the closet, and he also hung it up. He had everything in his duffel bag, but he had it high up. Some of it,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, like he hung it up high enough to where my kids will not be able to reach it, and
Hmm.
he also placed it on the shelving that's above in the closet. So
Okay.
that way there was no way that my kids could come near it.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first things that I asked him to do. He did it for me, and which I appreciated. But I'd imagine that would be something that I would do for myself as well, because the day might come sooner or later where I would want to purchase one myself as well.
I used
Yeah,
to
you
have one a long
just
time ago. I never used it. Never. I don't know why. Never. Well, thankfully, I never had to use it. But at the
mhm.
same time, it was just sitting there. I didn't go to the range or anything like that. So I might as well make some money off of it. But now that
Mhm.
we moved into a busier city where the crime rate's a little bit higher, and I've heard things happen around here already,
Oh wow,
I would feel a lot safer having that around.
gotcha. Let me go back to the story of Virginia. So, from what I was reading and as well as the videos that I watched, the reports are saying that this kid shot his teacher with intent. Now, this is a 6-year-old, and I mean, I just can't wrap my head around that. I don't know. I'm not making light of the situation, but I think they're blowing it up more than what it more than what it is. I don't know, man. I can't see that a 6-year-old can have a malicious intent to kill his teacher or to shoot his teacher. I can't wrap my head around that. You have a 7-year-old, you have a 5-year-old as well. Do you think that your kids, not your kids, but do you think that a child that age
I hope not.
can understand what they're really doing and intentionally do something like that?
That's a little bit of a hard one to answer, but I want to say yes. I think they know what they're doing, but they don't. What they don't know is the impact it'll have. They know what they're doing. I mean, like I said, they've movies, games, shows, all out there with having gun violence in them of some kind, even cartoons.
Right.
So they know what the gun does. They know what they can do with a gun, but they don't know what the aftermath of it. They don't know how much of an impact it's going to have afterwards. And like you're saying, kid could have shot everybody in that classroom and the teacher more than once. He didn't. Why didn't I do it? Because I think when he shot for one time, he wasn't expecting to happen. He didn't expect what happened to happen. He probably didn't expect people screaming their head, teacher screaming, blood all over the place. Like I said, we shot the hand, did a hole in the hand, and the teacher screaming her head off as well. Oh, yeah. He wasn't expecting that. So I think that might have shocked him. And he was either afraid to shoot or wasn't able to shoot or like he was frozen. I don't know what could have happened to him. But he had a chance. He could have shot everybody in that room easily.
Right. I don't know, man. My kid's 4, so he's not quite 6, but like my 4-year-old, he wouldn't understand what he's doing. Like, he has toy guns as well. And yes, there's movies and there's video games. And just like you're saying, I completely agree with that. But the part where I don't think that it was with intent is because I really don't think that at that age, a kid knows what death really is. Kind of like you're saying, the long-term impacts. He doesn't know what death is. He doesn't understand what death is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't understand the impact it's going to have after he shoots somebody. He just thinks, oh, I'm going to shoot somebody, they're going to get hurt, and everything will be fine again. Right. That's not the way it is. And they don't know that. Their mind's not developed enough to understand that. So when they do find out that this is not what they expected, they freak.
Oh, yeah. So to a point, was it intended to do? Yes, I'm sure he did want to go do it, but he didn't understand fully what he was doing. Not to take away from the situation, because it's a fucked up situation. It shouldn't have happened in the first place, right? But it did, and here we are. That's where I stand, dude. He did it. He knew what he wanted to do it, but with intent to kill, that's where I question it.
Yeah, and that's I'm 50-50 on that one with you. Because he knew what he was doing. Honestly, he knew what he was doing. He brought the gun, he had it ready, he shot, he knew. But like you said, he's not quite understanding it very well of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And now he's finding it the hard way.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I got to blame a little bit on the parents.
Oh, absolutely.
Again, I don't know how they had the gun, which is laying around or whatever that was there just to be picked up. Or they had it locked away and somehow he got into it. I'm not sure. But it should have been locked. Even if it was locked up, it should have been a lot better than it was for a 6-year-old to get to it.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. I solely put that on the parents. That's absolutely their fault.
Yeah. That's what I mentioned before. When that does happen, it's going to be a fingerprint one for me. That's the only way it's going to happen.
Have you looked into which one, a specific one? Anything that you would recommend that you've looked into, maybe?
There's several of them that it's all just depend on the person, really, what they're looking for. And there are some that have specifically for that. There's some that you can put more than one thing in there. It just depends on how big of the size you want and what you want it for exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
There are some that are made just for a gun that actually has the shape of the gun you can put in there. And there's some that actually have like extra padding around it for certain things. It just varies. It just depends on the person what they're looking for.
Gotcha.
I looked into it, and there's some nice ones out there. Also, a little bit on the pricey side, but if it means better security, it's worth it.
I agree with you. Yeah,
if it's something I'm gonna feel comfortable with, I'll pay for it.
Oh yeah, I think that before I had kids, I would probably just leave it. Maybe not like right next to me where anyone can grab it. I would probably still keep it in the closet, maybe high up, but I don't think I would put it anywhere like in a safe. But now as a parent, I absolutely do. I definitely think it's needed if you have children in your home.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Big time.
You never know. It's just like I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but I found out the hard way. And thankfully, nothing bad happened. But when my kid, he had a growth spurt, and he shot up real quick. And for his age, he's pretty tall. He's the height of a 7-year-old, but he's 4. Yeah, it's crazy. So he can reach on the counters in the kitchen, and like any kid does, he'll just reach up there and grab whatever he can get. And one time, luckily, we saw it as it was happening. He grabbed a knife that we had in a little island in the middle of the kitchen, and he just grabbed it, and it looked like a scene from Chucky, because this little dude is grabbing a fucking knife, and I'm just like, oh no! So I ran over, I grabbed it from him, not freaking out, right? But I went over, and I said, oh, what do you got? Oh, let me see that. Took it away, and I put it away, and right there, it was between me and my wife. We were like, no more. We can't not leave these things so close to the edge anymore. You just have to take precautions, right? And you never know, right?
Yeah, exactly. Especially when someone that had that kind of a reach.
Yeah.
Whatever, no matter where you can get it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And 6-year-olds, I know they're young, but they are smart. They're curious as hell. They will fiddle with things to open things. If they have enough time, they'll try. They definitely will. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If they have enough patience, they're smart enough, they'll figure out the code. But thumbprint, they open it.
Yeah. Unless you wake up missing a thumb one day.
Yeah, exactly. And I know they're not smart enough to take take my fingerprint somehow and use it. Not that high tech. But yeah, they are smart though. They'll grasp onto things quickly.
Oh yeah. Very.
So yeah, the one that I was looking at, there was 2 actually. The one I was looking at was the one I really wanted was called the Max Safe. And the other one I was looking for was actually called Iron Hawk. Both of those are supposed to be thumbprint accessible. Both for a small handgun. So
we'll leave links to those 2 items down below. Go ahead and check those out. Use our link, and we will probably make a buck off of it. But that's cool. Help us out.
Make a buck off of it.
It will definitely help us out long run. So if you could do that, would be awesome.
But if you buy 2 safes, we'll make $2.
Oh, 2, 1 for each.